Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with the fourth chapter of history. The name Tribal Dikkus and the Vision of Golden Age. The meaning of Dikkus is outsider. Anyone who is not belonging to your community or your country, outsider. Here we refer to Britishers or the British Raj. Coming to Golden Age, we refer to Birsa Munda, who belonged to a Munda tribe, and how he fought against Britishers. We will study in this chapter. Clear? Now, in this chapter, we are going to study how the tribal movement gained momentum. It all started with Birsa Munda. He was born in Chota Nagpur and belonged to a Munda community. Clear? The two other common tribes which were there in Chota Nagpur was Santals and Orons. Both Santals and Orons, along with Munda community, believed that Birsa was the only man who could help them out to come out of all the atrocities of Britishers. They believed that Birsa Munda had a miraculous power to cure all the diseases, and he is the only one who can bring prosperity to their community. Okay, now coming to tribes, we know what is a tribe. Tribe is a group of people who have unique custom and rituals, and the people belonging to same group, they share the same kingship ties. That is the meaning of tribes. Now, the important features of tribal communities are like they have their own rituals, they have their own customs, they have their own leaders, and they believe in practicing their own culture, following their own culture, practicing their own custom and religion. Clear? Now, few examples of tribal community, if we say the prominent tribal communities were Kons. Kons belong to Orissa. Now, in this tribal community, they believed or they followed the community living, which mean the community living. We mean that all the members of the male members of this particular tribe, they go on for hunting or food gathering together to the forest, and whatever they collect, they distribute among every member of the community. They share. Okay, and moving ahead to the next tribe, which is Bagas. This tribe is mainly found in central India, and for them the dignity is priority. These Baga community, they were happy in the way they lived. They were happy to collect the food from the forest, but they will never accepted or never agreed to work in any industry as laborers. For them, their dignity was their main thing. Moving ahead to Hajanas. These were the tribes from Tripura who migrated later on to Assam. Okay, and in this tribe, the women took equal share in the work, or we can say they shared the equal responsibility in the work as men do. In this community, there was no work being separated for men or women. They used to go together, and equal share was there of responsibility. So, these are the few tribes which I have explained you. Okay, children, now coming to the classification of the tribal societies, we can classify into two types, that is settled and the nomadic tribe. The settled tribe, it is easy to enforce laws and to administer them, to govern them. And the second type of the tribe, the nomadic tribe, it is difficult to administer them because they keep on moving. So hence Britishers face lot of difficulty in governing them or to enforce their laws. Okay, since nomadic group were continuously moving. Now coming to jhum cultivation. Jhum cultivation is found mostly in northeast and central India. Another name for jhum cultivation is shifting cultivation. In jhum cultivation, first one patch of land, it is burnt. They do their farming, and once the harvest is over, they leave that patch of land. They move to another patch of land. The same process is repeated. They leave that. Once the harvest is over, they again move to the third patch of land, and after the third patch of land, they come back to the first one. This time given, or this patch of land which is left without any cultivation for some period of time, it is done so that the soil regains its fertility again. Okay. Now coming to the Britishers were interested in capturing the tribal lands and the areas around the tribal land, because we know that tribals were usually settled in the forest areas, and forest areas are rich in forest products like timber, honey, herbal, medicinal products, and which had huge demand in European countries. So the Britishers were trying to introduce new forest laws to capture these lands from the tribals. The another important issue which the tribals faced was the money lenders. They used to borrow money from the money lenders to meet their daily needs, and when they were not able to pay this money back to the money lender, they were forced to give away their land. Hence this vicious cycle of loan debt continued. Okay. Now another other tribes were like Bakarwas in Kashmir. They were more into rearing goats. Then we have Gadas of Kullu. They were shepherds. Most of the forest produce were very valuable in a European country, as already mentioned. Hence, this is the reason why the tribals wanted to settle in forest areas. Clear? There were groups like Gonds who followed the rule of Britishers, and they agreed, Gonds and Santals, they agreed to lead a settled life instead of a nomadic life. Now talking about Santals, Mundas and Orons. Okay, they were the followers of Birsa Munda, and the major leader, the Birsa Munda was the major leader of that particular area, Chota Nagpur area. And he was the one responsible to lead or give a momentum to the tribal revolt. He was a leader for the tribal group. Now the impact of the forest law, which was introduced by the Britishers, what impact they left on the tribals. The areas acquired by the Britishers were declared as their property, as the property of state. Hence, no tribals were allowed to enter the forest area. So, they were not able to continue with their jhum cultivation. They were not able to go for hunting. They were not allowed to collect the fruit. They were not allowed to cut the timber. They were not allowed to collect the herbal products, the medicinal herbs. Hence, their main source of income was hindered. But slowly, the Britishers understood that they need laborers. They need laborers, and they need the help of the tribal group, because they are the one who are familiar with the forest. Okay, which was not possible with the common people. Clear? Now the other part, the Santals. The Santals used to rear cocoons, and cocoons we know is used for manufacturing silk. The silk was considered as a very valuable commodity in European countries. These tribals were given 3 rupees for 1,000 cocoons, and when they were sold in the market by the middlemen, they used to earn 5 times more the profit what actually these Santal tribe used to get. This motivated the tribal community to raise voice and revolt against this middlemen. The other tribal communities who joined this revolt was the tribals who work in Assam in tea plantation, the tribals of Jharkhand who worked in coal mines, because they all were facing different types of atrocities, tortures from the Britishers or their employ. Okay. Now talking about Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda was born in 1870 in Chota Nagpur, and he belonged to Munda community, and he faced extreme poverty in his childhood. He heard about Satyug and he wanted that Satyug should be brought in. Okay, he went to Vaishnav group. Vaishnav group are the people who follow Lord Vishnu. After going through different organizations or different groups, he came to his own theory, and the main 3 points of his theory was that first, that every people should leave liquor. Okay. Second, people should live a clean life. Clean life, by clean life he meant that without any sin. Okay. And the last one, the people should leave witchcraft. जादू, what we say, witchcraft, जैसे अपन कहते हैं ना, फिर फकीर बाबा के पास जाना, पूजा करना, black magic. So the people should live that. Britishers arrested Birsa Munda in 1895 for revolting against them, and he came back and he urged the people to destroy Ravan. Here Ravan he meant Britishers. Okay. Slowly Munda Raj came up. The people started, there was a huge followers of Birsa Munda. Finally in 1900 Birsa died due to cholera. Finally he forced Britishers to introduce few laws so that the land of the tribals would not be taken away easily. Children, hope you have understood. Read the chapter carefully. Okay, thank you.